At 7:42 a.m. on a Tuesday morning, a 57-year-old grandmother named Susan Reynolds was wheeled into an operating room at a top-rated hospital in Boston. She was scheduled for routine knee surgery. But 10 minutes after the incision was made, the lead surgeon stopped. He looked at the chart. He looked at the patient's face. And he realized something that should never, ever happen inside an operating room. He was cutting into the wrong person. This is the story of the surgeon who operated on the wrong patient and the 6 minutes that changed everything. Massachusetts General Hospital, Boston. March 19, 2021. 2 patients were scheduled for surgery that morning. Patient A, Susan Reynolds, a retired schoolteacher, here for a left knee replacement. Patient B, Margaret Davis, a 62-year-old grandmother, here for a right hip replacement. Both women were wheeled into pre-op at the same time. Both were given wristbands. Both were asked the same question. Can you confirm your name and your surgery? Both women answered correctly. But somewhere between the pre-op holding area and the operating room, a simple error occurred. Their charts were swapped. Susan Reynolds was given Margaret Davis's chart, and Margaret Davis was given Susan's chart. And no one noticed. Dr. James Calhoun was one of the best orthopedic surgeons in New England. He had performed over 3,000 knee replacements. He had never made a mistake. That morning, he was rushing. His first surgery of the day was a simple knee. He glanced at the chart on the wall. It said, "Left knee replacement, Susan Reynolds." He did not look at the patient's wristband. Hospital protocol required it. But Dr. Calhoun had done this 1,000 times. He trusted the system. He trusted his team. He made the first incision at 7:52 a.m. For 10 minutes, Dr. Calhoun worked. He exposed the knee joint. He prepared the bone for the implant. And then he looked up at the chart again. Something was wrong. The knee he was looking at did not match the X-ray on the wall. Dr. Calhoun stopped. "Whose patient is this?" he asked. The nurse checked the wristband. And then her face went white. The wristband said, "Margaret Davis. Right hip replacement." Dr. Calhoun had made an 8-inch incision into the wrong woman's knee. Margaret Davis did not need knee surgery. Her knee was perfectly healthy. She needed hip surgery. And now she had an open wound on the wrong joint. The operating room went silent. Dr. Calhoun had a choice. He could close the incision immediately and admit the error. Or he could continue, hoping no one would notice. He chose the first option. He closed the incision. He walked to the waiting room. And he told Margaret Davis's daughter what he had done. Margaret Davis woke up in pain. But not the pain she expected. Her knee throbbed. Her hip, the one that actually needed surgery, was untouched. She had been cut open for no reason. She would need 6 weeks of recovery from a surgery she never should have had. Then, after that recovery, she would need to have her actual hip surgery. The hospital launched an internal investigation. They found a chain of errors. A nurse had swapped the charts. Another nurse had not checked the wristband. Dr. Calhoun had not followed the timeout protocol, a mandatory pause before any surgery to confirm patient, procedure, and site. Margaret Davis sued the hospital. She was awarded $850,000 in damages. But she said in court, "I don't want the money. I want to know why my body was treated like a filing error." Dr. James Calhoun was suspended for 6 months. He was required to retrain on patient safety protocols. Today, he is still a surgeon. But he begins every single surgery the same way. He looks at the patient. He looks at the wristband. And he says out loud, "Your patient name. You are here for procedure on your left or right body part." Is that correct? Massachusetts General Hospital changed its procedures after the incident. They installed electronic wristband scanners. They doubled the required safety checks. And they made every single employee, from surgeon to janitor, watch a training video about Margaret Davis. Margaret Davis eventually had her hip replacement. She recovered fully, but she walks with a slight limp. Not from the hip surgery, from the unnecessary incision on her knee. She told a reporter, "The human body is not a post-it note. You can't just peel off a mistake." According to Johns Hopkins University, surgical errors happen an estimated 4,000 times per year in the United States. Wrong site surgery, wrong patient surgery, wrong implant surgery, Each one is preventable. Each one costs a human being their trust in the people meant to heal them. If you believe that patients deserve better, subscribe and hit the bell. We tell the stories that make hospitals safer. Share this video with someone who works in healthcare. It might save a life.